Hello there, YouTube. People in general and everyone else. Today, it's one of those reviews that you think to yourself, why? What review is this? This monstrosity. Transformers Continuum. A brilliant idea executed with all the love and attention of 5 minutes scribbled down the pub. Now, this book was supposed to summarise the IDW continuity and prepare new readers for the ongoing. It's just come out this month. Oh boy, where do I start? When I first saw the 5-page preview online, I was like, this don't look good. When I saw people's reviews, I thought, can't be that bad. And then I got hold of my own copy. I read it. I then opened up Microsoft Word and I wrote down 4 pages worth of errors and went and posted them on the IDW boards. Admittedly, I am very much a lurker on the boards. I only really post when I have something I feel I need to say. I need to say something about this. Oh, where do we begin? There are so many glaring errors. Now, Continuum was written by IDW editor Andy Schmidt. In all his interviews, and he even went on the Moonbase 2 podcast. Seems like a nice guy. However, it's clear from reading this, it's not just the way it summarizes facts, it's the fact that there is no definitive way it's being narrated. Whose perspective are you telling this from? Right? And I've got the perfect comparison. Long ago, before Transformers came back in the comics, I used to collect the UK reprints of the Spider-Man comics. And I started halfway through the Clone Saga. Oh yes, I have read most of the Clone Saga. I didn't know it was bad when I was reading it. I was rather young and naive. However, at the end of it, when Norman Osborn came back, killed Ben Reilly, Peter Parker became Spider-Man again, there was a little thing in there called the Osborn Diaries. This summarised the Clone Saga and explained Norman Osborn's involvement. And perfectly, as far as I was concerned, tied up everything you needed to know and got you ready for Peter Parker's return to the role of Spider-Man. You know, it prepared readers like you wanted to go, what's been going on? Oh, just read this, that will sum you up. Continuum fails at doing this. Why? Because it can't get its facts straight. It has no narrative structure. I mean, at one point you're referencing Spotlight Grimlock, and then later on in the book you're telling us about how the Dinobots were lost after fighting Shockwave. It's like, shouldn't that have come first? But, oh, I say, my IDW, I expect better from you. I mean, you've recycled lots of lovely artwork, don't get me wrong. But even on the first page, you've got an outstanding error when referencing Megatron Origin. I shall find the exact... Megatron's origin is legendary, with records from before the Great War scattered and incomplete. Little is known for sure, but a powerful legend that fuels Megatron's rule over the Decepticons is widespread. It is believed Megatron was a slave. What? He was an energon miner who was getting laid off and got caught up in the ensuing riot and in his rage killed the security guard. And was then carted off to prison and blah blah blah. He was not a slave. He was the manager on Minor. So, it just goes on. I mean, it says the final battle with Thunderwing happened on Nebulos. No, he did fight the Decepticons on Nebulos, totaled the place, and then went back to Cybertron and had a showdown with Optimus Prime, the Wreckers, and that Decepticon crew led by Razorclaw. No mention of that in there. You know, he even tries to make out what was the... Thunderwing was a mindless brute ever since he put that Pretender shell on. Rampaging mindless brute. You know, Bludgeon was the one who brought him back online. Even glaring at errors like they misspell Verity's surname. It's Carlo, not Carter. And they don't even mention Jimmy Pink. I mean... Ugh. It glares over so much of the Iation series. And not only that, its biggest error, there is no mention of the Machination, Scorponok's organisation. Any references to Sunstreaker and the Headmaster process, it was all Skywatch. What? No, it wasn't. Admittedly, the Machination had some spies in Skywatch and was using it to secretly manipulate them so they could make them look like idiots, with the plan being to take over their position with the US government once they made them look like complete idiots during Maximum Dinobots. Sadly, that didn't go to plan. But no mention of it. The dead universe is dead. It's hardly touched on, and it was one of the main... I mean, Nemesis Prime is only referred to as his original name, no Prime. No mention of him ever being called Nemesis Prime.